Hello and welcome to For Luxury Travel. Today, we will tell you about the top 10 places in Italy. Is there a country on the planet that takes its heritage as casually as Italy? Modern skyscrapers cast long shadows over neoclassical cathedrals, while Roman ruins coexist with Renaissance palazzos. The rolling landscapes of Tuscany, the sandy beaches of Sardinia, the fashion credentials of Milan, and the delectable cuisine of just about everywhere are just a few of the reasons why this is the world's 5th most visited country. From the ancient streets of Rome to Venice's lapping waterways, the serene elegance of the Italian lakes to the sparkling glamour of the Amalfi Coast. These are some of the Italian cities and regions that every traveller should see. Before we start, go ahead and subscribe. Also, press the bell button to get the latest updates. Without any further delay, let's start. In the list of the top 10 places in Italy, at number 10 we have Florence. Firenze is one of Europe's great art cities and the birthplace of Renaissance. There is so much beautiful art and architecture inside its ancient walls, with frescoes by Giotto and Ghirlandaio, canvases by Botticelli and Bronzino, and sculptures by Michelangelo and Giambologna, that it is easy to become overwhelmed. But beautiful Florence is more than just museums and monuments. It is bursting at the seams with exclusive shops and high-quality crafts. It is a vibrant city with a diverse cultural scene that includes opera, classical music, and contemporary art. The restaurant and nightlife scenes are also booming, and getting away for a break is easy thanks to the city's proximity to the Chianti vineyards, as well as other Tuscan art towns like Arezzo, Siena, and Lucca. Because of Florence's small scale, everything is easily available, and most of the major sites are within walking distance from one another. Overall, this is one of the most civilized long weekend destinations in Europe. Next on the list at number 9, we have Venice. There are days when tourists outnumber locals 2 to 1 in this exquisite jewel box of a community, and getting from the station to St. Mark's Square is a struggle. Despite this, Venice never ceases to enchant. Walking out of the station and being welcomed by a gleaming canal with the dome of San Simeon Piccolo behind is always a heart-stopping experience, whether you're doing it for the first or the 100th time. Even during peak tourist season, quiet campi, churches concealing luminous Madonnas, and handsome Gothic palazzi are never more than a bridge away. There are also plenty of buzzing neighbourhood hangouts, demonstrating that Venice is more than just a repository of unparalleled artistic treasures from centuries past. It's also a hive of contemporary operation. Aside from the Biennale shows, which alternately highlight all that is cutting-edge globally, Venice's declining population works hard to keep the city artistic, prosperous, and vibrant. Next on the list at number 8, we have Rome. Despite the fact that Rome has been around for nearly 3,000 years, it bears the weight of history with a dolce vita lightness of heart. It's a city that has the intimacy and human scale of a village, while still offering the cultural attractions of a historic, art-filled European metropolis. Classical ruins and early Christian places of worship coexist with Renaissance palazzos and Baroque fountains, and in some cases lie underneath them. However, there are excellent neighbourhood trattorias, exclusive stores, and a thriving aperitivo scene. When it comes to travellers, what's the golden rule? Don't try and stuff too much information into your head. Rome travels at a slower speed than many other northern towns, and to fully appreciate it, you can take breaks in pavement cafes in addition to visiting all of the major cultural attractions. Visitors from the cold north will be enticed by the city's mild Mediterranean climate, but the key draw will always be the pulsating energy of a place that lives life as a kind of theatre. Next on the list at number 7, we have Milan. Milan may confuse those who are familiar with Rome and Florence and expect more of the same from Lombardy's metropolitan hub, since it has a more northern European appearance and feel. It is Italy's fashion and design capital, with an international cosmopolitan outlook, a thriving food and beverage scene, and a wide range of hotels to fit all budgets. Historical structures coexist with modern skyscrapers, and many of the city's structures have impressive internal courtyards that are largely unknown. But it is the city's excellent shopping that attracts tourists. Designer stores line the Quadrilatero d'Oro area, while outlets, high street shops and boutiques can be found throughout the city. Next on the list at number 6, we have Tuscany. Culture is an optional extra in several other parts of the world, something you do in your free time. It's at the heart of everything in Tuscany, but not in an elitist way. A fresco by Piero della Francesca embodies the spirit of a place that has long valued beauty and quality. A bowl of ribollita soup made with seasonal cavolo nero and served with a spiral of just pressed olive oil on the other hand does. Tuscany also mixes unpretentious, down-to-earth manners with fierce pride and attention to detail. It has a series of charming, art-filled historic towns with plenty to see, do, eat and drink to keep you occupied for a long weekend. Previously, each Tuscan commune conspired to outdo the others, resulting in an embarrassment of riches. Next on the list at number 5, we have the Amalfi Coast. The famed Amalfi Coast has been luring tourists since ancient times, with its breathtaking scenery and elegant but laid-back lifestyle, which was first discovered by the jet set in the 1960s. There was no road connecting the small communities along the coast until the Strada Statale 163 was blasted out of the base of the Lattari Mountains in 1852. Perhaps it is for this reason that beyond the 5-star hotels and super yachts, a much simpler, rural way of life still exists. Up in the hills, farmers cultivate steeply terraced land, while fishermen make a living from the sea. Next on the list at number 4, we have Italian lakes. The Romans were the first to recognise the value of the Italian lakes as a vacation spot. They constructed their opulent villas in prime locations around Como and Garda, where the southern foothills of the Alps sweep down to the Mediterranean and northern Italy's fertile plains, creating some of Europe's most spectacular landscapes. The towns have been transformed by modern tourism, but the lakes, mountains and views are still as stunning as they were 2,000 years ago. And the villages, baroque gardens and lakeside hotels are still wonderful places to visit, particularly during the long, hot autumn. Next on the list at number 3, we have Sicily. Sicily has long served as a crossroads and crucible for Mediterranean culture, and the island is now a fascinating palimpsest of Greek temples, Norman churches and Baroque palazzos. It also has plenty of natural wonders, from Mount Etna's smoking craters to the southern coast's still largely uncovered beaches. Sicily also has a moderate climate, with parts of the island being on the same latitude as the North African coast, making it an appealing destination for most of the year. Spring and autumn are breathtakingly beautiful, and summer temperatures rise to new heights. Next on the list at number 2, we have Puglia. Puglia, Italy's most secluded coast, is a rewarding alternative to the tourist-heavy north, with its ancient sites and uncomplicated charms. Looking at the region's olive trees, whitewashed hilltop cities, scorched earth and unforgiving sun, one would think it's more like the melting pot of Greece than the grandeur of Rome. But if you look closely, the landscape is stamped with many footprints: Byzantine, Arab, Balkan and Romanesque to name a few. The Renaissance did not completely ignore southern Italy, but it definitely left fewer traces. Finally, on the list at number 1, we have Umbria. Umbria was once regarded, if at all, as Tuscany's less appealing sister. Not any longer. Italy's green heart is now just as well known as its more popular neighbour. The explanations are simple. The area possesses all of Tuscany's characteristics as well as a few more. Real, Perugio, Assisi, Orvieto, Gubbio, Todi, Spoleto and Norcia lack the grandiose set pieces of Florence and Siena, but they are surrounded by a corona of much more intimate and easily visited hill towns. That is all for today, folks. Tell us in the comment section what is your point of view about these places. See you soon with another amazing video.